So, curveballs. The inspector came by today and we did the rough-in inspection, and well, his overall general impression was it's refreshing to see a homeowner doing better work than some contractors out there. And I'm not to be arrogant, but I did kind of expect that sentiment from him. I tried to do this rather impressively. However, there are curveballs. There are things that he didn't like, or, you know, it's not up to personal opinion at this point. It's things that blah, 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 blah. Anyway. One thing that's the easiest to resolve is the split circuit that powers all my receptacles. Now, I read the rules, I was aware of the rules. I wasn't sure which one applied to this circuit, and he kind of refreshed me on that. You see, in the plug circuit, we have a shared neutral. There are ways of doing it in such a way where you can have individual breakers and circuits that share neutrals, provided they aren't connected to the device. Apparently that is the little piece of information that I was missing. You see, in the event that something happens where maybe this receptacle gets damaged and that neutral disconnects, you're gonna have a floating neutral downrange, and if things are plugged into there, they could go thermonuclear. So in order for me to maintain individual breakers, I need to physically disconnect that, connect them together with a array, and then add a piece of wire. That way, the neutrals are connected independently of the device. Honestly, I was glad to hear that because I didn't want to use a double breaker. I didn't want to have, you know, if something overloaded and popped a breaker, to take the other circuit out with it too. I might have a workbench with a computer plugged in there, and I don't want that to go down because my air compressor kicked on the same time I was running the shop vac or something stupid like that. So yeah, I can keep these individual breakers. I just have to go around and make that mod, and that should be relatively easy. Ho 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 ho. Disconnect the neutral. Now we got a little bit of a twist and quantum entanglement in here. Gonna have to loosen that up a bit so we get at these wires. All right, just to strip a little snippet of extra neutral wire. I like these ideal morays. They twist up real nice. Hardest part, getting all three of those wires right next to each other. Now we can tuck that pupper away. Size it up, sir. Snip it. Strip it, and secure it down. And that's it. It's as simple as that. I just have to do that to all my receptacles, and they are code compliant for the kind of isolated split plug that I want to have. Now, the other thing he called me on, want to take a wild guess? Yeah, my little Loopys here. My little Loopys, you see, they aren't so bad. I don't know if I gave you a close-up of how they're done. I'll show you, because technically this isn't against code, technically. You're only supposed to have one wire in a lug. And that's exactly what I had. It loops around, but it's one wire. He didn't like that. No, that's a hard no. He wants literally one wire going in there. And it's funny because I thought he was gonna call me on the fact that I have both the heater and this receptacle on the same breaker. That is something that I think code shies away from. But he didn't really say that, but I think it's implied because I gotta disconnect this. I gotta make sure only one wire is going there. He didn't have any problem with me using a cutoff switch to turn my heater on and off. He says I can use this switch if I want. However, there is another significant curveball, a rule that admittedly I had no idea about. And it makes sense because when you think about how you typically wire these things up, this kind of situation doesn't really come up. It's just this unique situation in which I wanted to make stuff as streamlined and efficient as possible, leveraging every little bit of real estate as intelligently as possible. And that is the fact that once we get the heater switch, the wire goes back into the panel, through and out. That's the curveball. That's the rule I didn't know. It goes from breaker to out the panel, period. You do not have wires returning back into the panel. And I admit, I didn't know that, which sucks because it significantly changes my design. Because not only is this wire returning back into the panel, but the switch to control the fan is returning back through the panel. And also this three-way switch here for the outside light. So yeah, I gotta do some heavy rerouting and figuring out and head scratching on how to solve this problem. It's funny, I don't really see a safety issue, but I guess there is something. One day on a Tuesday while someone was taking a shower and The husband was shop vacuuming in the garage. Someone got electrocuted or a fire started, and it was because a wire was going back through the panel. The rules of code are funny like that. Historically, we may never know. I wonder. At any rate, now I gotta figure that out. All right, so while it's still nice and sunny out, I'm gonna try to solve the outdoor issue ASAP, which should be simple. So I've gone to town pulling a lot of this apart, right? Yeah, I took this box off, punched a hole. Now I gotta trace a hole. I'm straight up gonna blast another hole through to the outside of the shed. And with that, I'm gonna be able to run another assembly outside to get at that outdoor light, bypassing it from having to come in here. So yeah, let's get on that. How annoying is this small hole saw? It keeps getting crap stuck into it. Is this gonna make an effective ejector? I said be an effective ejector. You can't just have her with this guy. You gotta like meticulously reset it each time. So where is center now? Center, I think is like right here. Just like right there. I think that is center. Now can I get through there without pilot hole? It is wood. I just give a nice little firm Okay. Oh, I feel it slipped off, but gotta keep clearing it out. Hole sawing is annoying. Get that out of there. Oh, a little bit of paint stuck onto it. Okay, not enough depth to go completely through, but it piloted the hole on the other side, so finishing it will be easy. You know, I'm certainly dumping this shed's resale value. It's kind of one of the incentives on buying this guy, so if I build something bigger one day, I can flip this guy. But holy frick, I'm blasting her like a piece of Swiss cheese, so I'm not sure that's gonna be on the cards. I'll have to sell my other one that's just like it. Now, is a 1/2-inch TA gonna fit through here? Oh, no, we're gonna have to widen it. Yeah, I saw that coming. I do not feel like this is the correct cone. I feel like this cone will make it too wide. Oh yeah, on that side. Okay, we have a problem to solve again. I'm gonna have to slow myself down. I've already made the hole on the other side a little bit bigger. It seems that the LB, yeah, it's just a little narrower. But we have to get this TNA through there. That's the perfect size. How do we continue this? I gotta go get my other cone from inside. My other cone has like, I don't know, it's narrower. Yeah, no, my other cone is only 7/8. We're gonna have to go oversized, which is fine. It's on this side of the shed. I don't need as tight a seal, but we'll keep drilling until the TA sits. Which is pretty much gonna make it as big as possible. The 3/4 inch. It's gonna be sweet, not... Right, okay, that'll do. At least my receptacles are sorted so I can suck on this. All right, so the idea is this guy will go like this guy here, and then it will go, oh great. This geometry is gonna screw me up. Oh well. I wanted to measure it, but I guess it's not happening from this angle. Okay, well, where's the measuring tape in? What do we have here? 3 and 1, 2, 3/8. 3 and 3/8. So from here to here, has to be 3 and 3/8. Yes. 3 1/4 piece of tube is what we're gonna need. Ready for this? Yep. Now we just give it little Spokane, Iowa, or Spokane in Wisconsin. Ha 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 ha. Plumbing, plumbing. Is this stuff still good, or it's all oh, it still opens. Yeah. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Let's go see how good my fitment was. Oh yeah, eh? The TA doesn't fit through this side. Can I just ream on it a little bit? Hey, it's great. I can see inside the wall and I can see that it's dry. That's promising. This thing only works in one direction, and I'm not a fan of that group. Okay, there we go. Bloop. Oh nice, it's too long. Of course I had to glue it already, right? Right. Okay, just needed a little, seated it deeper. So at this point, I'm confident I can chuck this back on the wall and we can start fitting that outside conduit. So basically, the idea is to have some arrangement like this. right? We're still gonna have the neutral and ground wire come through here. No reason why not. That's not violating anything, even though it's an alternative path. The ground is also shared with this enclosure. Don't see any problem there, but for the hot wires that can't pass back through the box, just like this, bud, these holes, I'm gonna go a little metric here, are exactly 15 millimeters deep. Does this one agree? Oh, that one's a little deeper. 15 will do though. So that's 30 millimeters plus another 20. So a 50 mil piece of pipe. So, oh, where'd I put the other B? That looks like it's about right. Let's go glue them and hammer them together. Yeah. This stuff, it gets so sticky so quick. I think there's some sort of chemical reaction with the plastic. It's like you really gotta move fast with it. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, looks like it's just a touch low, but that should be all right. What's our next piece of pipe gonna be? So this is 15, 16, 17 mil. We'll say 15 mil. 15 plus 15 plus 50. So 50 plus 30, 50, 60, 70, 80 millimeters of pipe. All right, now to glue this final connection without being able to really get the angles the way we might want them. Little there, little here, little here, little here. Double check that because it seems sketchy. We don't want water getting into these things. Like that. There we go. Just like that. That's good. That is so good. Yeah. Now, if that's clamped there, that's gonna be maybe just a whittle hoosey. Do I have another strap for that? I might, just probably not on me. Yeah, no, we'll leave it good like that. Just wanna feed this buddy a little bit of cock here, you know? Just wanna cock this hole shut. Okay. Now, you might not be able to see me, but you can hear me. And right now, I am screwing down that pipe. I'm giving it the twist. I'm securing it to the wall. Yeah, and it should be all mushed. Hopefully that bead seals in behind it well enough. Of course, my cock looks like hell, but it works very effectively. That's just like the worst dirty joke. I don't want people to think my cock looks like hell. We're just gonna let that simmer a bit while we sort out how to do the rest of this. So I reached a point where in order to continue on the outdoor plumbing, I kind of had to get the indoor plumbing set into place so I could start running wires the way I wanted to. So the solution so far is, and I got lucky that the geometry of this conduit didn't have to be changed much. I just had to shorten it. But you know, we're gonna have a handy junction there and it's gonna chase nipple to the box. And once it's chase nipple to the box, then I can feed my output wires there. Now I just have to get this fitted into place because the next plan is to do one of these to get over to this box. This thing needs to go back just a touch. This thing overbends, you know what? Now, you're probably wondering, how are we gonna get that up in there? So there's a special app that they make, and it is just this slight little elbow right here. The idea is, if I punch out this section here, right, it's gonna go through that hole there, and then that should match pretty much like that. Yeah, that's gonna be right. That's gonna be the right one that we want, yeah. So let's unbag it. Let's get it started. Thanks, Obama. You tricky little muffin. You just don't want to play along, eh? Come on. Yeah, there we go. Now we get another connector. This connector's gonna thread into this guy like that. You know, what the f? Okay, it's supposed to thread in there. Why is it jamming? That's no good. I guess it just needs some coaxing. We're gonna have to be a little bit forceful with it. It wants to go. Oh boy. Tight fit, bud, tight fit. We're gonna end up chowdering this thing up. Ho, keeps wanting to slip sideways. Oh boy, this thing's being difficult, quite difficult. Okay, now, as part of the plan, turn. It's got my finger. Turn. Okay, that'll do. It's bottomed out now. Got some nice scratchy wetchies on it now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Might brush those off with a file after. And at least the timing is as such. We'll be able to get at the screw to tighten it up. Back on you go, bud. Let's get a lock washer on this chase nip too, just to get it ready. Even though I feel like I want it to go the other way. It looks like it's gonna be a bit tilted. It's not gonna go completely straight on us. I guess that's all right. All my geometries, all my attempt to make everything so nice, blasted into oblivion by certain workarounds. So now this thing has to get cut, and assuming we get it in the right spot here, we're gonna go a bit long because it has to twist in right there. Remember to chamfer and deburr if you really want to impress her. All right, so let's see if we can kind of finagle that into place like that. There we go. Conduit all around. Conduit for everybody. Yeah, sure. Yeah, where's our other screws? A screw for here and a screw for up here finally. You can't see what I'm doing, but it has to go to the top junction, previously featured. There we go. Now, let's tighten up all these nuts. Oh boy, this thing just spun out on me. Oh great, it's stuck back there now, that's no good. Yeah, I don't know how effective it is to have a lock nut in here. I can't get at it. That's okay. Chase nipple could just get reversed. Oh, you know what? There's something I forgot here, but it's okay. It goes right into this chase nippled area, because this needs to lift up a bit so that we can get a plate onto it, because a plate's not gonna fit right tight there. So that's what a normal lock washer looks like, and they're good for actual lock washing because they have serrated bites. But then there's these other ones that come with some devices that are kind of like, you know, they don't lock well, but they make excellent spacers. And when you're chase nippling two things together, it's good to have them in between the box, and then you have clearance for the plate to go on. I just wish I had a thought of that before I put this all together. Now mind you, maybe if I loosen these screws, it'll just everything will just it'll release the tension. So yeah, there we go, that'll do. So now let's get the lock washer on that chase nipple. Let's get this bolted up there the way it's supposed to go. All right, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna tighten that guy. There's nowhere to get the thing in. Might have to pull one of these where I kind of loosen it, and then if I can make it so that the buddy doesn't rotate, then I can a little bit more. Oh boy. Come on, man. You're binding up, man. We're not done tight yet. Okay, this should be it here. Oh yeah, okay. And click. All right. You know, you don't want this stuff to be loose, because this stuff is your ground bond. I was confirmed with the inspector today when I showed him my conduit job. I'm like, I'm grounding through the conduit, right? He's like, yep. So, this is my ground. Well, actually, we have a ground loop here now. Oh no. Now, just to protect the wires, I got these little softies, right? Little softies in some places. They're good to have, especially when you don't have insulation on the wires. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna go on here though. No, it's not. So we're gonna have to be forgiven on that. That chase nipple's pretty smooth though, so I'm not too worried about it. But okay, now the hope is something like this main line. This line connects the indoor and the outdoor light. So I'm hoping now, if I take this buddy, I pull her through, I'm hoping there's enough slack. Oh boy, that's gonna be a tight bend, eh? We're gonna have fun getting wires through there, eh? Is that what you're telling me? Is that how it's gonna be? A little bit of finagling, but it's gonna go. All right, so now we have our pass through. Now the hope is that, wow, we got a lot of extra slack here. Because the idea is the switch used to be right about there. And then I was hoping this would go up to the light. With all this extra slack, I guess, really it was that much more slack to come through here. Okay, well, push this through, see if we can get it to the light enough that this still terminates the switch here. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to start doing some snipping and moretting. All right, yeah, it's where the light is. And oh yeah, there's lots of slack here. We could still use the same wire onto the same switch. Okay, that's good. We just have a ton of slack. So where to put that slack? All right, now that this is in place, we can hammer away at our outdoor lighting or get the rest of that plumbing sorted. All right, excellent progress is made. We have the 3 wires here and we need to hook up the 3-way switch, which is what we're gonna do next. And then we can seal up this box and that's done. And then these 3-way wires run all the way back in to where that switch is supposed to be. And then once we just splice off this pupper here, because this pupper's got a moret with this guy. We could probably give that a chop right now with this thing here. Speam, yeah. All right, so once again with the switch. Strippers, yay. Oh, except the wires are loose, so I can't just yank on them. All right, it's time for some... Wait, where'd those little pliers I just had go? Did I bring them in with me? Oh, silly, silly, silly. Yes, I totally did. I totally did. All right, black is our common denominator. And then the two reds, you know, we don't have any particular color code going on here right now. We just have a couple of reds. It's the most available scrap wire to me. That's fine. It's actually better than whites, I think. It's gonna be pretty obvious what the reds are for. Once finally, oh yeah, bud. Okay, so now we'll just, yeah, let's get that in there. All right, now we should be able to put that cover on. Or drop a screw, or drop 2 screws. That always works. Now you gotta go find that thing. All right, now where's our stripper friend? That's not our stripper friend. This is our stripper friend. Now that we have more going on, we need a slightly more prolific moray. So that's gonna be the hot return. It has to return back to this other one. We need to get the light on there too. It's great, try to hold a light. It's weighted against a couple wires. Come on, cooperate, sir, cooperate. You gotta get them all exactly length lined up and then awkwardly start twisting one of these on. Okay, now we can put the light fixture back into place. Yeah. Gee, you know, at this rate, I might have all these code violations solved by the end of the day. Reach for the stars. All right, light fixture's back into place. Yeah, light fixture is good, man. So that sealed, that. Oh, let's get these sealed. I believe this one was for this. Then finally, this guy here. Oh boy, one of those situations. Okay, this gasket's hokey. That's a super weird gasket, bud. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Putty. I'll do that after. There we go, bud. There we go. Now I found a strap inside, so like, oh, it'll go, but I would need longer screws and I couldn't seat them fully. Oh. So the conduit hovers a little bit up, so I can't make these go all the way down. But yeah, none of this is moving now. We're done here. Get our old school analog light bulb here, because I still haven't found some low temperature LEDs that I like. All right, we are officially all done outside now. Everything else can be taken care of on the inside. Oh yeah. All right, so now that comedy's taken care of, we can get our lighting circuit back online. There was nothing wrong with the lighting circuit. I had to dismantle it to get this into place. So I gotta fish this all back down through. All 3 of these wires. Actually, all 3 of these wires gotta shoot down this conduit now. Might as well get them all going. They're probably gonna hook up and misbehave, so we better flatten them out a bit. Of course, the floor is starting to get hectic. Don't quite like that, but it's how it is, you know? It's just how it is. This red one is longer than the rest. Let's give her this red one. Oh yeah, oh no, oh, it's a coincidence feed when it coincidentally pops through. And then this, well, this guy was the fan wire, so it needs to go back up and around here. You know what, I think these are the only 2 wires that have to go through there. So I this tricky 90. I'm not gonna have to spar with it much more than this. Yeah, that hard 90 is, it puts the hard in hard 90. Ha, the value added situation of that nice little nip getting hung up on something. I wonder if I put the tiniest little moret on the end, if that will help things along. Or if that'll just accelerate the jammed nature of things. Come on, give her a go. Oh boy, how about some sort of like loopy bit? Some loopy guy that'll loop in, like gotta kinda get that geometry just right. Wow, nuisance. Okay, let's try the fold over. That usually works with the insulated connectors. Oh yeah, the fold over was the winner. Just skip all that other crap next time and go straight to the fold over. This is a punishing push though. It doesn't want to get past that hole, eh? It's probably right there. It's probably like right. The wide world of sports presents wires that are always getting stuck. Can we feel it around for it? Pick it like a lock. I'm completely blind here, man. Oh, there we go. It just needed a little extra persuasion. All right, there's our fan dialog. And this is for our 3-way switch here. Didn't I say I was gonna get the lighting circuit going? Now I'm gotten caught back up into this cotton batten back and appadap. Is that even a sentence, bud? Whatever, we'll save you for later, sir. We're committed to the lighting circuit, sir. which hopefully will be a very simple situation. I'm gonna try the moray trick though, just to get me bumped past that collar in the connector. Assuming the moray is big enough, small enough to fit through, you know what? Moray's a bit too fat, needs to lose weight. Tell you what, we're just gonna give her and see what happens. Oh, we got black, we got white. Okay, they both just popped through right away. That's a miracle. It's not even Christmas. All right, so these should reach right where they were before because we didn't really add anything other than a little bit of a bend. So yeah, this is gonna go right onto the neutral bus, right back on there. And this one should go right back onto the breaker from whence it came. And it does. Let's just make that pretty. So yeah, now if I turn the power back on and turn this breaker back on, there's our light. Good. So this situation should be pretty straightforward now. We're reconnecting a three-way switch is what we're doing. It's what we're doing. It's the thing that we're doing right now. It's the thing that we're doing right now. But can't remember where I put that switch here. So these are the two switchy lines for the switch. They connect to the other half of the three-way switch. One goes on there. It's nice if you pre-wrap them. Just zip those into place. Am I bleeding again? Why? How many liters of blood am I gonna spill for this thing? Now this is cut, so that's not the wire I'm looking for. Now this is the original feed wire. Gotta put this back into place. Oh, is that thing loose? Did I not tighten that up yet? All right, where were we? Again, this wire is the original feed wire to get power into this box to these circuits. And it's hung up on my shirt. So we will get that ready. This wire is for the fan. It's a bit long, but that's fine. It's not breaking any laws yet. And then finally, this thing's gonna go on to the common. And then this guy comes all the way back around, right, and over. And it goes on to the breaker that it's supposed to connect to, which is this one here. So we've been able to maintain our phasing. One of the easiest ways to fix this problem on the fan end was to hook it up to the lighting circuit, the main lighting circuit. But I didn't want to do that, you know? So tuck that in, make it nice, come around nice. I think I'd like it to go underneath this wire here. Yep. Turn off the light circuit, release the light wire, bring the light wire up and over, back into place. All right, so why I hook this up is I want to test the outdoor light before I put this all back together. Like that says off and no explosions. Let's see, is the outdoor light on? No, the outdoor light is off. So if I flick this, the outdoor light is now on. Hotty, hotty, hot. Now let's flick the switch off. Okay, that tells me I need to twist that upside down to get the synchronization I want. So I'll turn this back off for safety, then go like that. Where's our plate? Sometimes the neighbors argue in the garage next door. They put the neighbor. All right. Oi. A little bit too much slack in here maybe. We're all done in here, right? Yeah. Yeah, everything's fastened down the way it should be. All right, I gotta go and find the fasteners. Yes, where are them fasteners? Two, I think, fell on floor. Oh, there you are. Buddy's trying to hide from me. You can't hide from me. It's not that big of a shed. You do not start with that activity. All right, and it looks more twisted up than normal, which is fine. Now let's turn the circuit back on and confirm the lights sync the way I want them to. Oh yeah, they're on right now. And now they're off. Oh, cat paw through the hole. And now they're on. And then they were off. All right, so lighting's back on. I think I'm done with this mod. That means I can put this cover back on. Not back, it's a virgin cover. It hasn't been on yet. You see, the edge overlaps, so that's why I made a fuss to put that washer in. So now with that washer, it should be able to clear. Yeah, fits good. So new for the other half of 2020, we have this whole Smurf-like assembly coming out the top of our junk so that I can make up code. Now I just have to sort out the heating. That's the last piece of the puzzle, and it, well, it might require bending some more conduit.